Hello, my name is Angel Angeline, and today I want to tell you why we can't have nice things. Just kidding. As a total drama fan, we all know that it is quite infuriating to get attached to a couple just for the writers to be like, nah, let's let them suffer. So in this video, I'm going to present my tier list of couples, and I'm going to also base my choices on how badly the season or seasons messed up. At the bottom with Sierra and Cody. I know considering some of the other couples that this may be weird to be at the bottom, but this couple is literally a stalker and a victim pairing. If it wasn't this, I would gladly put them higher up, but yeah, it just gives me the big ick, and I will leave it at that. Next up is Dave and Sky. If it wasn't for the whole stalker scenario, these two would have been last, honestly. For one, Sky has a boyfriend, but she also was kind of getting wishy-washy towards the end of the season. With her maybe wanting to give him a chance or just not, even though she has a man. Dave, however, is insufferable, okay? He is in denial for most of their season and gets mad at her when she says she has a boyfriend when he wouldn't just listen to her. Overall, I just don't see myself ever seeing them as a true thing. To wrap up F tier, we have the couple from Redonkulous Race. They are alright at the beginning, but then Steph becomes unbearable, and the only thing that keeps them above the other two is that it is not that long of a thing to sit through, Like, they're only in that one season, and there's just not that much scenes to sit through. Starting up D tier is Jasmine and Sean. I like them, and I think they're okay and kind of cute, but I feel like I would have liked them more if there had been more chemistry and more scenes. That's all I really got to say about them. Scott and Courtney are up next, and to be honest, I like them, but it's hard for me to put them any higher due to the whole continued Courtney derailment that happened that season, or at least continued. I think they are cute, but that situation really is what stops them from being any higher. Mike and Zoe, while I like them, the reason they are so low is the exact opposite of why Sean and Jasmine are. They had way too much spotlight, and Zoe, not knowing what is going on with her boyfriend, but still being competent enough to win challenge after challenge, seems like too much of a stretch for me. Last on the D tier is Carrie and Devin. I like them in their later moments, but I felt they would have been better if they would have just gotten together a lot sooner, instead of the when will she tell him arc that they had. While I do like them when they are finally together, it's just one season of them, so it's kind of just less of a time period to get invested. Most of later seasons, total drama, unfortunately, just feels this way for me. Now, I understand this next tier is probably going to throw a lot of you off. Or not. It don't matter. If I didn't love these four characters who make up these three couples, they would be a lot lower, unfortunately. Gwen and Trent were my favorite couple when I first watched Total Drama Island. My only thing is they did our boy Trent dirty, and he is not even the same personality from Island to Action, honestly. None of the issues in the second season were ever evident in the first one. And, they just broke them up just because. Courtney and Duncan, I absolutely love them in season 1. They were peak that season. But after the finale, they really had them go downhill, unfortunately. They derailed both of them for no reason at all, and they are unrecognizable by the end of All Stars. Last is Gwen and Duncan. I love this couple, and if they did not handle them so poorly from start to finish, they would be in S tier. Not going to lie to you. They would have been better if it was not a love triangle. If I can talk, y'all. If it were not a love triangle, and, they were not firmly with someone else. In this case, Duncan was stringing along Courtney, who obviously still thought they were still a thing. Of course, by the end of All Stars, they were completely trashed with no reason other than to rile up the fans. With the D tier, I got the couples I like, but I feel either they flanderized, is that a word? Flanderized them so much, or it was always back and forth. Izzy and Owen were always off and on, and while I liked them together, I never understood if it was a joke or not, or at least on Izzy's end of things. Lashana and Harold is kind of the same problem. They kind of go back and forth, and Lashana didn't earn any brownie points with her actions in World Tour. Bridget and Jeff are last on this tier, and they just feel like they went from relatable to just a couple who can't stop sucking face, to put it quite frank. They are at least semi-sentient in season 1, but season 2, they literally get voted off for sucking face. Moving on. Starting A tier with Dakota and Sam. Yeah, that might sound strange to y'all, but with their relationship, it seems they were the most wholesome and did not have that much screen time for the writers to botch them up too bad. Noah and Emma, I'm going to be honest, I'm just glad they paid more attention to Noah as a character. And to top it off, they're just great together. And it is a shame they only have one season. Lindsay and Tyler, I feel, have not changed much. However, I had to deduct points due to Lindsay forgetting Tyler, because she ain't that dumb. She might say all different kinds of names, but she know who she is talking about. And lastly, Heather and Alejandro are a complicated pair, but that is kind of the whole point. They are the evils joined together in unholy matrimony. They are chaotic by nature, and that's just what makes them them. And they're just in game. And last, but certainly not least, with my S tier, has to go to Crimson and Enu. Or as people know them as the Goths. I love them, and honestly, they must be protected at all costs. Like, they have been the only couple that I normally can think of with no faults. They have not been touched, knock on wood, by them writers to the point where you just can't stand them. And even when their real faces get revealed, they're still just the most best couple compared to all seasons. So, yes. So, the Goths are definitely my S tier. And, yeah, they definitely deserve it. And I'll end that there. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like for me to do another top tier list or further breakdown on a specific couple, comment down below and make sure to subscribe. Bye-bye.